starts now.
Well, winter memories are often made on a sledding hill, but in just the past month, the fun activity has had life-altering consequences for several families.
Sledding accidents have forced the closure of a popular sled hill in Westland. Fox News' Lauren Edwards spoke to the family of one of those victims.
It's going to be a very long road of recovery.
Middlebelt Hill in Westland, empty Thursday afternoon after a series of accidents occurred over the past week. One involving Jessica Woolweber, who's been in the hospital since February 13th, says her mother, Michelle Malley.
Very stressed. It's hard to see her like this. Her children are very upset. I mean, a week has gone by and, just baby steps of improvement.
Malley says her daughter slammed headfirst into a tree while sledding at Middlebelt Hill, also called Dead Man's Hill. She suffered a traumatic brain injury.
Why wasn't there bales of hay? I mean, I've been sledding other places and they usually have bales of hay lined up to stop people.
The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says there were 3 accidents in the last few days, which put some people in the hospital. So the county shut it down, putting up orange barrels at the entrance. Fox 2 received this statement from the county saying, quote, "For the safety of our community, we have closed Middlebelt Hill at Hines Park in Westland. The well-being of our visitors is our top priority. We appreciate your patience and understanding."
Down that hill, they need to wear helmets.
Since Middlebelt was closed, families went sledding on a smaller hill nearby. They heard about what happened and say they tried to be as careful as possible.
I just tell them have a good time and wait and be patient for people to clear out of the way.
That's Malley's advice, too. The family created a GoFundMe to help with expenses, and she hopes others don't suffer the same fate.
If you're going sledding somewhere, look around, make sure there's precautions in place. Like I said, that barrier wall could have been up like a soft construction-like wall, or the woods maybe need to be cut back.
Now, again, at this time, we do not know when Middlebelt Hill will be reopened, but the sheriff's office did tell me that if they see people out there, they may have to fine them. And if you would like to help the woman at this time, you could head to fox2detroit.com. A link is posted. Reporting here in Westland, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
All you winter lovers, you can't say you didn't have a wonderful, cold, frigid
Got to use
winter.
all your
you got
gear,
to use all your clothes,
shovel everything,
your boots.
I know, but we're
Hope
hoping
you had fun.
that maybe some of those temperatures ease up a bit, and maybe some of that snow will melt away soon. Rich,
we're waiting patiently for a pattern change, and we have one in the forecast. Not so much today, tomorrow, but for the second half of the weekend into next week. We did have some snow late last night and early this morning. That whole system has shifted off to the east. Pockets of snow in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State as well. Even around the Big Apple, they're seeing a few flakes. For us, some holes in the clouds late this afternoon allowed some splashes of sunshine. You can see there are still a few holes in the clouds. All in all, though, it's going to remain partly cloudy for tonight and for tomorrow. It was chilly out there. 22 the high. Look at the average high. This is where we should be in the afternoon. Not even close. There are your records. 65 and a negative 13. Right now, a lot of us are near 20 degrees, give or take a few. Numbers will continue to slide off. It's a brisk breeze from the north and west, and that's bringing in colder air and lower dew points, and also some wind chills in the single digits. How about 25 Traverse City, 29 Benton Harbor, chilly around Port Huron, 19. There's 21 in Alpena. Elsewhere across the Great Lakes, cold spots are way out west. Cedar Rapids and Fargo, both at 1 degree, 15 Chicago, there's 12 in Marquette, 18 degrees along the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Thankfully, we have high pressure building in across the Ohio River Valley. That means dry weather for us for Friday, Saturday, and for Sunday. And as high pressure builds to the East Coast, we'll get on the backside, and that means a slow moderation of our temperatures. We need a break, and it's in the forecast. For the rest of tonight, it's cold and dry. We're going to get down to 12. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, still chilly with a high of 28. But this time of year, when we get some sunshine, it feels warmer. And a notice in the 7-day forecast, a breezy day Saturday, 34 Sunday. Finally, numbers near 40 degrees Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And it's a great time to get the Fox 2 weather app. You can do it right now. You can check the forecast anytime. Download it for free in the App Store or in Google Play. Taryn, we'll see you at 4 a.m.
Thanks, Rich. Well, I-75 at 9 Mile is known for its tight turn, and sadly this morning, a driver from out of state lost her life on the slick freeway. The 24-year-old from Texas was driving this red SUV when she lost control and spun into the path of a gravel hauler. The vehicle was pushed about 750 feet before it was able to stop. She was pronounced dead on the scene. The gravel hauler driver was not hurt.
It took me a little bit longer than most of the people around here to get the water out. I still got about a ½ an inch of muck.
The worst part is probably not being home where we're always at, comfortable in our beds, because this happened and you're having to go live somewhere else for a little bit isn't really home.
Southwest Detroit residents taking it one day at a time after a water main break destroys their livelihoods. But there is some hope on the horizon. The mayor says crews have secured furnaces and water heaters to start replacing on Monday. He hopes some people will be able to return home by the end of next week. A would-be thief tries to rob a donut shop in Clinton Township. It turned out to be a deadly decision.
The cashier at Golden Donuts was armed, and we're told he shot the suspect during the holdup. That suspect walked into the business on Harper around 1 o'clock this afternoon, threatening people with a gun and demanding cash. As the cashier fired off his gun, the suspect ran out and tried to drive away. He ended up crashing at a nearby Sunoco gas station. First responders rushed him to the hospital where he later died. The cashier was interviewed and released pending an investigation.
A man is shot in the face near the Wayne State University campus. Police were called to the area of West Kirby and Cass this afternoon for the violent fight. We're told 2 people were riding the bus and then got off and started that fight. One of them pulled out a flare gun, shooting the other in the eye at close range. That victim was rushed to the hospital. His condition has not been released. The suspect took off but was quickly caught with that flare gun in his pocket.
A family feud turns deadly on Detroit's west side.
Tonight, a man and woman are dead, and the man's nephew is in custody. Fox News' Dave Kinchin spoke to the distraught family.
And I don't even want to be in this house anymore. My son just got shot and killed in this house.
Edward Clark and his family are still working their way through a devastating personal loss that truly hits close to home. His son, Edward Clark III, was one of 2 people killed during an early morning shooting at the family home on Coyle Street near Keeler on Detroit's west side 1 week ago.
Edward is one of the most beautiful kids. When I say he's the light of a room. He comes in, he makes everyone happy. He makes everyone happy.
The family says the other victim was a woman in her 20s who was one of Edward's good friends. He was 39, just about to hit the big 4-0, and had so many goals left to achieve.
He did short films. He did the Detroit Book Fest down at the Eastern Market. He was loved by friends, and he had a big impact on everyone he meets.
Adding even more hurt to their pain, the Clark family says the accused shooter was their very own nephew, who Detroit police arrested after the gunfire.
He has mental issues. If he's not good on his meds, can't nobody tell us what happened, because the only 3 people to know is him and the other 2 down there. 2 of them ain't here anymore.
The motive for the shooting is still not known. Word of Edward Clark's death sent shockwaves throughout the region, stunning his co-workers at Jack's Car Wash in Southfield.
He was a good, loving, caring person. He was like sweet, down to earth, and just a good going person. And he worked here for I don't know how many years though, but he been here for a little while. And it's sad that he had to go.
That boy had nothing but love. He was a beautiful kid. He had no fight in him. He would actually tell you, hit him. If you hurt me, hit him, he'll take it. He said, my guy. I said, what? He said, do me a favor, stay awesome.
The family is dealing with the struggle of a funeral expense right now. They have a GoFundMe page posted online. If you'd like to help them out, we'll have a link to that GoFundMe page on our website, fox2detroit.com. At Detroit Police Headquarters, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
The Pontiac mother accused of abandoning her 3 kids and leaving them to fend for themselves in her terrible condition in their home makes her first court appearance.
And the accusations against 34-year-old Kelly Bryant are horrendous. And today the judge slapped her with a $250 million bond.
My first knee-jerk reaction was to deny her bond.
Court rules wouldn't allow Judge Rhonda Gross to deny bond, but she did discuss concerns for the children who had been living in 4 feet of garbage surrounded by feces. The judge wants assurance that whomever looks after those kids will not allow them communication with their mother. It's still not clear where Bryant lived while her kids were left alone.